Alrighty, so we've had quite the hefty update. As you can see, there is no map on the field because it spawns in now, as well as many others. Beyond that, we'll kind of just go through and let me just find the original page, and then afterwards we'll think about other things. 'Cause if I look at this, all right, map generator object, generate at least 3 sources of maps, song 4 tanks. A lot of these seem like old requirements, actually. Hmm. Anywho. Yeah, that's just the thing. The thing is so freaking fast. Anywho, so let's talk about power-ups. We have an invincibility power-up, which will keep your health at whatever it is when you grab it. There is a slight issue with that, which honestly doesn't matter that much. The problem is when you have invincibility, you can also not gain health. So nothing can affect you. Boom! Run into one of those, you gain 10 points of health, at least currently. That is how that works. Is that tank on the wall? No? Okay, never mind. The problem is I have these walls now with brick textures, and there's still tanks on these pillars of textures. I thought I was in the wall for a second. Go through here, boom, new area spawned in. We got these speed boosts too. We just wah. It basically multiplies your speed by 3, but technically it actually just adds your default speed 3 times. And so in case 2 of them happen to be close enough, you minus them 3 times, and boom, you're still golden. I guess you could have still kept the multiple of 3 and just been minus by the same amount. But it's easy just to have both of them be that. I guess we've used the south door, north door twice, so we might as well try the east and west doors. They all work. All of them work. You can tell the game's kind of slowing down. We probably need to have something where it destroys a previous map, but we can also just go ahead and show that it should be randomizing the beginning stage each time. I think we got grass twice, actually. Boom, there you go, cool. So yeah, it randomizes it between the 3 of them. So we kind of just did north and south doors. Let's go ahead and head this way, because we can grab invincibility along the way. Still need to add a bunch of null maps and whatnot to the ground, but yeah. This is where the game is at currently. You can generate maps, they're random. They go happen as you go through the doors. I did have to change the way that that would work because I could not get the code that we were showed in class to work properly, so I had to make my own way of doing it. And it is working. That is honestly the most important thing. Maybe I just found the easier way of doing things that you were talking about before. I don't think I personally did because goodness gracious knows that I did a ton of stuff. And that's kind of what I was saying. The game kind of just did that thing there where it's like, yeah, we probably need to have a way to destroy a previous room. But then again, if we're just destroying a previous room, I did a lot of extra code that is unnecessary then. Unless it's trying to spawn in another version of you, which would be interesting, because obviously that shouldn't be happening regardless. But yeah, invincibility, speed power-ups, and health power-ups. Health power-ups are the only one that are actually constant. Invincibility lasts 10 seconds. I guess we did just stack our speed, but not doing quite what we need it to. Boom, health. Alrighty. Cool, 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 cool. So I already have all these things pulled up, but I guess we can kind of just also look at the list of things that are required. Okay, tank still holds moves, shoot from milestone 1. AI still exists from milestone 2. Yep. Level class exists and holds appropriate data. Yep. Map generation through instantaneous tiles. Kind of. We have, instead of the tiles, we now have west trigger, I guess north trigger, west trigger, east trigger, south trigger. Let's put them all kind of more in a proper order, I suppose. So the way we are generating maps now is on collision. Win this if you have the tag player. Tag player. Trigger limit 0, debug warning north triggered. Float is that amount just because that's the north speed. There's also one for south because I have all these notes here basically telling you how much the distance needs to be. And then boom, you get your reference point, which is a separate variable at the top. There's some that could be deleted here, like the delay, but if you have an awake functioning, it's actually still very useful. So transformation reference point, which is just usually the map. Boom, you get your distance, spawn point, reference point, plus north-south, because it's a north trigger, equals that 3 vector point of the spawn X, spawn Y, and spawn Z. Then you instantiate map prefab at spawn position, which is this vector 3 that are made from these 3 points, and transform rotation. Warning, room spawned. Trigger limit 1, just so it doesn't ever repeat again, and then self-destruct, which would destroy the object. So the door no longer exists. And then all of these are the exact same. The only difference is if they use east-west in the X area, and if it's a minus or a plus. So west uses minus, south has a minus of the northeast, east trigger has its own situation with a plus instead of the minus. So I guess I probably should have put boom, and that would be the actual proper adjustment to that. All right, after map generation tile array, we don't really have these tiles anymore. Map with adjustable by designers. I mean, yeah, they're adjustable, I suppose. It's more a matter of you'd actually have to like physically adjust a lot of things. I guess it's not in the proper sense. Room tile exists to hold the doors between tiles. Doors between tiles are open correctly. I already just explained the code for how the doors are opening, so there's that. Map generation, random. So random. So you have your I guess we have to go back to North Trigger or stuff like that. Those are a map spawning thing. So let me just go find that real quick actually. So we go to scripts, room scripts, spawn room, which is also what we use to spawn the beginning thing. So my prefab random range of 0 to this. So the reason this works the way it does is range 0. So beginning of anything in coding is 0. And then grid prefab length is actually an exclusive thing. So it gets that -1, which is good because you never actually have a length that's as long as length because it always is -1. And game object prefabs, we just happen to have 3 in this case. So, and then you instantiate whatever the prefab is, and all the triggers do the exact same thing. Map generation can be set to a preset seed and can be set by designers. Yeah, it could be set. You could just, I guess, change all of them to be the exact same map, and that would be a confirmed map. That could be definitely useful if you want to, like, oh, this is always the first one, this is always the second one, this is always the third one, that kind of situation. Or if you just end up getting more and more of these, like you get more maps made than the 3 we have currently, and even then you have more stuff going for you. Map generation set to map of the day. I mean, I'm not sure exactly what that would mean, but yeah, you could change it around if you want to. Level object holds an up-to-date list of all tank spawn points. Yeah. Game manager initiates the player controller. Let's go look at that. I don't think it technically is. I think it might already. No, it does instantiate that stuff. That is a. Didn't we do that back during milestone 1? Why is that on here now? That is such a weird thing. Spawn player, so instantiate player ABJ, controller. So that's here. I don't know why this is on milestone 3. We've had this since milestone 1. Instantiates AI controllers, instantiates player spawn at random point. It's not exactly a random point anymore. It's still just a single point on the map. So it is, if you look at Game Manager, where it is, oh, because we're not there. Okay, cool. Game Manager. It's this point, which is the same on every single map, but the randomization part comes from the fact that the map itself is randomized to be something else. So the map spawner is picking between the 3 maps, and you get your 3 maps. So it is random. You're at the same point every single time because why would you not want to start high up? That's just a cooler way to start the game because you're never going to be up here again. I guess we just happen to get iced multiple times, so that's a thing. Oh my goodness. Can we get anything else other than ice? I mean, we had lava. Where is the grass? Bring me back to grass. We've had grass before, haven't we? There we go. Cool. All 3 of them are there. Random spawn point. AI utilizes or pass the patrol points. Uh, so AI units go through patrol points. Yeah, we have the bigger ones that go through kind of their corner patrol points. And then you can see those little guys just really zoom in, just and then he'll turn around, maybe hit the pillar, have it fly up. Happens sometimes. And then these guys can get interrupted and they'll start chasing you. So that is patrol points, pickup spawns are easily able to be picked up by players and AI. Really? I mean, yeah, I could just give the players pickup. I give the AI pickups. Like, why would we want that though? Like, wouldn't you rather? Okay, to be fair, my game is at a point where it's kind of busted, so it's like if I start giving them the spawn points too, we're gonna run into some issues because these things are gonna kill you so quickly. But yeah, okay. For the sake of the example, how much time are we at already? Only 11 minutes, not bad. So let's say we give all of them the pickup manager, power up manager. Is it really what it wants? Pickup respond after designers? Yeah, we can look up the pickup response too. I guess this will make it easier to look at that because they do. They utilize inheritance for sure. Pickup utilize only for data. Additional functioning, standard functionality is the same. Yeah, for the most part. It just depends if they have a remove or not, basically, and that's about it. Power up effects, AIs, health boost. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We've already discussed that. So I guess we're giving every single AI power up manager because that's a smart move. It's fine. Like, I know. Okay, Blake, I know you're gonna see this at some point, but like, I don't know how long that's gonna be. My milestone one hasn't even been graded yet, and it has been months. I think I might have missed one. There might be one lower down. But yeah, let's see if one of them collects a boost or not. Uh, yeah, yeah. Holy hell. Yeah. And stuff like that is why we don't want them collecting. Because you run into issues. Like if the speedster already collects a speed variable. Okay, cool. And we saw one respond right there. Lovely. That actually brings a lot of that out. And I guess if we just look at the Parrot Manager, we can get it there. So yeah, so Parrot Manager, script Parrot Manager does nothing else. Color changes is its own thing. That's kind of just with the invincibility. Make sure you change color. I guess we haven't actually fully looked at the script for those, so let's go do that. Power up manager, well, power up spawner is honestly pretty simple because it's where it spawns all the power ups. I kind of made duplicates of it or duplicate prefabs that have this. This would be spawners for specific things. So you get your thing, you instantiate it, you have your spawn delay, and as you saw, they do spawn, so spawn times for spawn delay. Certain ones have way longer spawn delays than others, like invincibility. Change color is its own unique feature that I've added to the game that is here and changes your color when you get invincibility. It's pretty snazzy. I like it. I like it. Could probably use some more comments in there, but I like it. All these are the same. Just destroy, destroy. The only thing that's ever different in the pickup part is just the name. So we go into here. So invincibility, you get your target health component. So it does a lot of stuff. Because I had to actually add some things to the health component to make this work. So we have a constant health variable over there, so it can keep it within itself. Can't lose health. Make sure that's false. So we use a boolean now, which also means that our health now has a update. If target can't lose health, true. Invincible loop. So invincible happens when we first get over here. It basically just sets it to be constant health equal to current health, and then the loop keeps your health there. So every update, current health is now equal to constant health. So unless someone can deal 100% of your health to you in a single turn. You are fine. Power up. So this is just the inheritance that you guys are talking about. So all of these are inheriting. So this is an invincible power up. Uh, Power up obviously inherits from here to the apply remove pickup. All the pickups for these also get that. So comes from pickup. So they all have inheritance. Health pickup. Look at that. It's pickup. Power up manager. This is also just kind of where everything is kept and released. So exactly kind of as we made it in class. Nothing really special or different here. Adds them to the queue, removes them from the queue. Health power up, which is what we made in class together. Health to add, gets that, gets your current health, adds it to it, gives you little warnings like because there should never be a remove function on this. Speed power up, which is the last power up really for us to look at. We could just look at the pickups, but they're all there and they're all still serialized in the same way through that, so they're all initialized the same. So this one in this case, like I said before, gets plus 3, plus 3, plus 3. So plus default speed, plus default speed, plus default speed. Because default speed is now something that's actually done in Tank Pawn right away. So let us actually find Tank Pawn, because that's important. So Tank Pawn now has this thing where at start it gets default speed equal to move speed. So that's a new variable, which works well for our speed power up because then you get plus default speed, plus default speed, plus default speed, and then a minus. So then it becomes a target move speed minus default speed minus default speed minus default speed. And that's where that's at. Though there is a bit of an issue if you have multiple of them, though that's just maybe something I need to work on regardless. And maybe like in every once in a while you just kind of go back to normal. Who knows? It's pretty simple. This could honestly just be as simply solved as it becomes default speed. So target move speed because you're trying to minus it, but I've seen times where it's accidentally gone negative. So this should be adding 3 times, right? So actually move speed equals less base speed can be less. It shouldn't. Base speed equals default speed. Oh, that could be an issue. I see now. I see now. So instead of base speed being default speed, we just make that move speed. And now that should solve the issue. You stack them and you accidentally go backwards. Cool. Lovely. Lovely. Use inheritance and then you saw the effects already. So, oh, there's another page. Damage boost is temporary, falls off after the designer is chosen. They sure explain how it works, we covered in class. So, we didn't do damage boost. That is a little bit different than what we did. We did health boost. Actually, not even that. We just made a health power up. So, the important thing is there are some things that have a fall off. So, I think that's more what it's asking. So, duration 10. Unless you have it marked as is permanent, this duration will matter. So within 10 seconds, it will go away, which means you lose the factor of invincibility or any other power up. For our sake, we also have a speed up power up, and that also all of them have speed components, so we can look at that kind of in a second too. But duration 2 seconds, speed multiplier 5, so multiplies your speed by however much. And I guess we can just look at the spin script, which isn't anything that exciting. It's just a void update, rotate 0f, spin speed times delta time, 0f, space self. And that's where the game is at currently. Everything is functional. I did have to create way more maps than I should have, just so it can spawn them properly without causing a lot of weird collision issues that I was running into. It'd be so easy if I could just figure out how to activate and deactivate a component more so, but all right, cool. But yeah, everything is functional. Everything is awesome. The only issue ever seems to be if you like collect 2 of the same power up, it doesn't seem to stack. It just seems to remove both of them without adding it to the thing. So That's the only inherent error. Comments are good. Project organization, yup. We have a lot of things, just extra special effects, whatnot, that might help exceed the minimum requirement. I think the invisibility or the material changes especially cool when you become that. Oh, we are going to die soon. Our health is at 20. We need to get to those healing power ups quick. Except for they're stealing all of them. Once again, that's probably why I would not give them the ability to get power ups. But unless I remember to get them off, then again, if I take them off, I might lose points because part of the thing is making sure your parts are consistent. So I don't know. Personally, I don't think the enemy should be able to get power ups. I There is a bit of a benefit too, so you can never really use the power ups anymore as cover because that was a thing for a long time. You could always just kind of hide behind them, but that is where the game is at currently. Hopefully, this gets graded soon.